What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a pretty fun install, but it's not on this. It's definitely not on that. You guys hate those videos. It is, however, on the JL back there. So stick around. Let me show you guys the next mod for the JL. Recently, the team at Hooke Road reached out and wanted to send over another project for us. So we're gonna do an unboxing and then I'll tell you guys what we got. All right, so if you can't tell already, we got a roof rack. And yes, Hooke Road did send this to me. I did not buy it, but they told me to give an honest review. So that's what we're gonna do today. And as I have said to you guys previously, I'm usually a little concerned buying parts that are pre-powder coated because 9 times out of 10, the powder coat is junk and it ends up chipping in the shipping and it's just overall not very good. I can say this is actually surprising. The only bit of damage that I do see is right here, and if I'm guessing right, these are the crossbars, so that's not even going to be visible when it's installed on the Jeep. Let's go over all the bits and pieces. Got 5 crossbars going down the line. We have the 2 side pieces, the back and the front. And packed in the smaller box, we have the mounting brackets, a bag of hardware, and then additional mounting brackets. So these will actually work together with those. They also sent a bag of nutsert plates. So yeah, let's start putting this thing together. All right, so kicking off the install, we're gonna put the outer frame together and then follow that up with the crossbars. So to do that, you're gonna wanna use a 6mm Allen key or hex key and the provided bolts and washers. To get us started, you're gonna identify your front and your back. They are gonna have different angles on them, so they can only kind of go on one way. And this would be the back piece. Which should go something like that. There's also 2 bolts on the bottom side. I'm gonna do all the top stuff first, then we'll flip it over and we'll get the bottom. Now we'll repeat the same thing for this side. And from the bottom, as you can see, this rail is slotted essentially all the way down on both sides. So I believe that's going to give us quite a bit of options as far as where we want to mount those crossbars. I'm just going to mount them kind of spaced out evenly. And this process is pretty straightforward. There's 26 slots here, so I'm going to count over 13, and that'll give me my starting point. So I jump forward and save you guys from watching me bolt all this up. Do make sure that you go back and double check everything, make sure it's all nice and tight, because the last thing that you want is this thing to be rattling while you're going down the highway. So here we are. The frame is done. The rack itself is done. So now all we've got to do is add the mounting brackets and actually get it bolted up here to the Jeep. These are going to be what mount to the Jeep, and they actually work in a pretty cool way. Let me show you. This part will sink down into the drip guard rail, and then you'll have an outer piece that's gonna pinch that on there nice and secure. Now, because you're mounting it to the drip guard itself, you don't actually have to drill any holes into your hardtop, and that's a big win. And to protect your hardtop even more, Hooke Road did send some rubber guards that you're gonna need to add like so. It's definitely easier with two hands, but that's gonna protect so there's not metal right up against the top itself. And I believe you're gonna do that on both pieces. Now, when it comes to installing the brackets themselves, you're actually gonna use the provided nutsert plate and some of the open slots, and then you'll run your bolts through the top. Now, for this part, I think it actually might be easier if we had the rack on the Jeep already so that we can kind of place these one time, tighten them down, and bolt it on. So I'm gonna go and grab the wife and see if she can help me throw this up there.
It's light. This is too heavy. I'm not gonna be able to help you. I'm not gonna be able to help you. Big. Which one is the front? I don't know if I can't even reach it to help you. Here, I can stand here if you need to go around.
All right, so it would definitely be easier to do this with two people, but because the wife went back inside, I'm giving it my best shot. But essentially, like I said, you're gonna put the nutsert mount on, or the nutsert bracket on the bottom side, the bracket in between, and then you're gonna bolt it through the top. Okay, so all four sides have the inner base on. Now, before I tighten up these bolts, I'm actually gonna go ahead and put the outside attachment on, and that way it can kind of clamp down, pull everything tight, and then we'll tighten those bolts. The kit is gonna come with these little rubber or plastic like stoppers. You're gonna put that on the inside of this bolt, and that's gonna be pushing down so you don't have that bolt going straight into the metal of the top bracket. And now we can get all of these inside bolts nice and tight, and the rack will be just about done. That's not going anywhere. There you have it. After you've done all of that, you get a pretty sick roof rack up on top of your Jeep. Now, the roof rack itself only weighs about 70 pounds, and on the website they say it can support up to 150 pounds. Now, of course, there are some other options on the market that can support more weight, but every single one of them that I've seen requires you to drill into that hardtop, and that's just not something that I wanted to do. So this is the best option for what fits our needs, and I think it turned out great. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you like the roof rack? Do you like no roof rack? Either way, if you want to get anything from Hooke Road, I'm going to put a link in the description along with a discount code that they set us up with. Save a little bit of money. Go check them out. Thanks for watching.